Watch this video and learn the 6 exercises you must do every week if you want to achieve English fluency. Coming up. Hey student, I am Teacher Prix, and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Thank you so much for watching this lesson. Make sure to subscribe because every week I post different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. Now let's get down to business, my friends. I took some notes here. I need to take a look. Well, there are 6 exercises that I recommend you guys do. These are exercises that I do with my students in my online program. In my study routine, I implement them because they are key. They are essential if you want to achieve English fluency, if you want to improve your vocabulary, reading, listening comprehension, you name it. So the first one is grammar practice, okay? But here is the thing. When I say grammar practice, a student's immediate reaction is to think, oh, okay, so I'll get a book, I will read a grammar lesson, I will do the exercises from the book, or I will watch a grammar lesson on YouTube and yeah, that's it? No, not necessarily, okay? These are strategies you can follow, but I don't think they're complete strategies that are going to help you. What I want you to do is, yes, you will have to choose a grammar lesson. You can watch a lesson or you can read a grammar lesson. You can choose either one, okay? And then the next thing you're going to do is, well, you should take notes. So you need to have, you need to have a notebook, okay? In every workshop that I give my babies, because in my program, we always have live lessons every month. There's something different with my students. You need to have a notebook, okay? So you're going to watch a grammar lesson, you're going to create examples, and that's the catch, creating examples with the lesson you're watching. So here on my channel, you can find many grammar lessons, okay? But let's say today you decide to follow this recommendation. So you go on my channel and you find the comparatives, more and less, more than, less than. So you watch that lesson, and then here you're gonna take some notes of some important rules that I'm going to teach you in that video. And after you watch that video, examples. But not just any example. I want you to create examples that are connected with your life. This is what I tell my students to do in the academy. In every module of my program, they have grammar lessons. But in the comment area that is available in the platform, they have to post their examples. And the best way to understand a lesson and to remember information is to connect that information with memory, with something real that happened to you. So your next step is that, to create examples. The focus is not on being correct and using the grammar lesson correctly. We don't use grammar perfectly, but we need grammar, okay? So this is something you should be doing every week. Number 2, speaking. Yes, speaking practice. If you want to unlock your English speaking, if you want to speak confidently, speaking needs to be part of your routine. Even if you are alone, speaking is a skill. Just as you work on listening, on reading, on grammar, you need to work on speaking weekly. Just today, I was having a group conversation class with my babies because twice a month I give them group conversation classes. I gave them an exercise that I do by myself, and then I show them, hey, you need to do this and you need to include speaking. And this is how you do it. Now, for you guys, you're alone, you're not in my program, you're not in the academy, you study by yourself. The best way for people who are completely alone, who are not in an online program with my guidance or anybody's guidance, is to answer questions, okay? Right now, you can see on the screen, if you go on Google and you type English questions for conversations, you will find many results. And basically, what I want you to do every week is to pick 3, 4, 5 questions and answer them orally. And if possible, keep an audio journal, okay? A voice diary. Record yourself speaking every week. If you study every day, every day. If you study 3 times a week, 3 times a week, record yourself speaking, answering one question. You will see how much that is going to help you improve your communication skills, okay? Now, before I continue with the next exercise, I want to tell you that if you need to organize your study routine, if you need to know how to better organize your plan, I have a study plan cycle that I call the 21-day study plan cycle. And basically, this material is a template that will help you reorganize your study routine so that you can improve your English, so that you can include different activities. So I teach you how to organize your study routine in this 21-day study plan cycle. And why 21 day? It's because I teach you how to do it in 21 days, and then based on the 21-day plan, you learn how to continue using this plan. So it's basically a template to help you organize your study routine. The link is in the description of this video, but other than that, let's keep going. The next exercise, well, 2 different exercises, okay? Shadowing and pronunciation work. They are different activities. Shadowing and pronunciation are different. They will help you with pronunciation, but they are different practices, okay? So you will need an audio file, and preferably a short audio file. And I have many videos here on my channel where I teach you how to find short videos on YouTube, short audio files, so make sure to check them out. Now, let's focus on shadowing. Shadowing means that I'm going to listen to an audio file, and while I listen, I will follow the transcript or the subtitles, and I will, the best way I can, follow what the speaker is saying aloud. I will repeat after the speaker. And while I do that, I will try my best to imitate the pronunciation, the intonation, the rising, the falling, the best way I can, okay? Here, you're not necessarily learning pronunciation, strategies, movement. No, you're learning basically by sound. You're just hearing sounds and you're trying to follow the best way you can. This is a very efficient strategy. Now, I love doing this kind of practice when watching movie scenes. When I'm watching a movie, I choose some scenes, short scenes, okay? Not all the entire movie, no. I choose some scenes, then I activate the subtitles, and I choose one character, okay? And I go, and I try to imitate the person. You can find many short movie scenes on YouTube. Activate the subtitles, the automatic subtitles, and go for it. The idea is not for this practice to be long, but to be efficient. So you can do this with TV shows, with movies, with TV news, the kind of stuff you like to watch and listen to, okay? I personally like watching TV series, so I pick short scenes and I go for it, okay? And here you're working on shadowing. The next exercise is pronunciation. This is a little different. You will work on learning pronunciation, listening to specific sounds, repeating the words, focusing on specific words. Sometimes learning specific sounds, like in my program, I teach my babies specific sounds, the pronunciation, how to make the movement for some sounds, some important sounds that we need in English, how to connect the sounds, because there are explanations to help you practice this, to help you practice connecting the sounds. So this is something that you should be doing every week. Every week, dedicate a bit of time to pronunciation practice. And even when you're doing vocabulary, you should always check the pronunciation of the words, okay? It's mandatory, all right? Now, the next one, reading. And here is what students misunderstand as well. A reading practice will involve vocabulary work, yes, taking notes, and speaking practice, yes. 3 things, okay? You will read, you will take notes, you will practice your writing, and you will check vocabulary. So you need to be concentrated. You need the right environment. Reading on the bus may not always be efficient if you want to improve, if your goal is to study, to pay attention to what you're doing, okay? So your reading practice, again, will involve taking notes based on what you're reading, checking new words, and even speaking. Because what are you going to talk about? Well, what did I learn? What did I learn in this reading material? What did I learn in this article? What do I feel about it? Do I agree? Do I disagree? When I was studying at Harvard, I had to do this every week. Every week we had a reading assignment and we had to prepare an essay, a very long essay, describing what we had read and how we felt about the information we had read. Then, when we went to class, we had to start the class by talking to a classmate about our assignment, okay? And then the next thing we did was we had to go to our professor and talk about our friend's assignment, not ours. So you see, I implemented this strategy a little with my students in the academy. So in every module, they have reading materials available. And I give them this kind of recommendation. They even have the audio file for every reading activity so that they can practice shadowing. You know, shadowing is a very important practice. But in your case, you can find many different kinds of texts for you to read online and follow this kind of practice. Explore vocabulary, you know, learn definitions, pronunciation, write, take notes, and then practice your English speaking by talking about the information you read, okay? Now, another thing, the final one, listening, of course. Just because you are watching a short scene to practice shadowing doesn't mean you're working on listening comprehension. Completely different things. When you're listening to the pronunciation, you're working on pronunciation. Now here, every week you need to have a listening comprehension practice. So this is what I do with my babies, you know, and I'm recommending here. And if you get my 21-day study plan cycle, you will find some very good instructions as well. You will choose one audio file every week. And with that audio file, you will be able to work on different practices, comprehension, pronunciation, vocabulary as well. Okay, the most important things here in this listening practice are comprehension, taking notes because that's connected with comprehension, what I understood, vocabulary because many people don't improve their listening because they only think of, oh, okay, I need to understand every word. But then they don't explore vocabulary, and there are many words they don't know. So vocabulary, you need to study vocabulary. You need to work on comprehension. And then you can also practice your English speaking. What did I listen? Did I understand? Do I agree with the information? Do I disagree with the information? Okay? You don't need many listening exercises. You need the right one. Now, this video was supposed to be short and sweet because you got to start doing the 6 exercises, okay? Tell me what you thought about this lesson here in the comments. But other than that, help me out by sharing this video with your friends. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!